And we're live, Timmy. Today's podcast is podcast or podcast?
Today's podcast.
Today's podcast is brought to you by our coffee, our city coffee.
Yes, and
Right
you can
here,
actually
young
see the physical product now. We are live.
Look at that.
Look at the bag of beans in front of us. It's our coffee brand. It's our coffee company that we started here, where we're roasting locally and giving back to the local market of Los Angeles to help feed kids.
Use the code BS, you get 15% off any and every bag of coffee.
Every single one.
Today's podcast is also kind of brought to you by betdsi.com. Are you gonna bet this weekend?
Yeah, we've always done the squares for Super Bowl.
We've
always done some other things.
Yeah,
we normally bet on other either fights or sporting events, regardless. And the Super Bowl it's not going to change anything.
No. And I think if you say we, that's not necessarily
always you.
I always bet on
sometimes
everything.
Me. Yes.
And sometimes you'll bet on stuff. But as you will do and I will do, go to betdsi.com, use the code BS101 and double your money.
Is it 101 or 1?
Is it 101?
Okay.
It's 101, yeah. I don't even want to have the other number out there.
Nope.
BS 101, double your money.
Double it up.
We're fresh off a, can we say the brand shoot we just did? I don't know why we couldn't.
Yeah, we can do it.
Fresh off a QuickBooks Intuit shoot of us.
Yeah, of us. For the Super Bowl.
Young Timmy and I for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So they had reached out to me just randomly, got my information, get a call, and girl says, hey, we see you've done some stuff with some NFL athletes. Think it'd be a good fit. Are you guys interested in being featured in this campaign we're doing?
Social campaign.
No, it's not
a TV commercial.
It's not a TV commercial.
We're not like that.
I think we have yeah, you're right. I was going to say I think we have a face for print, but that doesn't make any sense.
No.
At all.
Yeah, what the
I don't know. It just sounded good. It was flowing. The coffee's going. I'm ready to rock, baby. But so what they're going to do is it's a paid promotion campaign thing. So they'll put some money behind it. It'll be seen by 1 million people, I think was the number they said.
Yeah.
On Sunday is it just LA?
I don't think it's just Sunday. I think they'll roll it out starting.
Rolling out Sunday. Yeah. For the Super Bowl, which should be pretty damn cool. What else about that? That was it. This weekend, big Fit Expo podcast.
This past weekend, not this weekend.
This past weekend.
Yep.
Fit Expo podcast. I don't know, 10.5 million people listen to that one.
10.5.6074, I think it was.
Yeah, that's the specific number.
Yep.
So we roll into the podcast, and we didn't really know what to expect. Usually how we do the podcast, some behind the scenes here, is we have the camera set up, we have the audio set up, and we record, and then after I'll edit them together. So we just do it. Like there's nobody back there right now. Isn't that different? I bet most people don't do that. There's nobody back there. You just got to trust the camera. You trust the computer. This shit's going to work, you know?
Uh-huh.
So normally we just do that. We set it up, and we've had zero... one time we had an issue where a card died, whatever. It was a long podcast. But we essentially have had no problems with recording or anything like that. We go to the Fit Expo. We're setting up this live podcast. They've got this whole nice sound, two soundboards next to each other. Everything looks great. It's
two employees manning the soundboard.
Two employees manning the soundboard. They have everything's
the lights,
lit nicely. It's
the backdrop.
It's on
a stage.
It's at the LA Convention Center, this huge place that's like, I'm sure they do this all the time. They're literally, as we're speaking, having our podcast, there's probably 3 or 4 other speaking areas, let alone, or not to mention the other 300 brands that have their own specific setups. Some need mic setup, some need audio, some need this.
They're professionals.
Is what we're getting at.
Yep.
So we do the podcast with Corey. It was great. Corey's a cool dude.
Corey Kaye. Why don't you give a little background on Corey so people don't know who Corey is out there.
We had talked to it going up to it, but fine. So Corey Kaye, big time celebrity trainers, worked with Michael B. Jordan for both Creed movies, and even before that.
Fantastic Four is when he first started.
Fantastic Four was his first, yeah. And he's on Revenge Body, starting to do his own things. I know he told us he's in 2 movies this year, acting, doing his own stuff.
Couple TV shows, couple movies coming out.
Shows. He's a big time guy.
This guy is blown up.
Big time guy. But so we sat down, had a great conversation with him. And I go to listen to the audio just on Twitter, just to check it real quick. and the audio, here's an example of the audio. It was bzzz. And as soon as I hear that, I'm like, fuck, like what the hell happened? Because they'd given us a cord to plug in. Long story short, no one gives a shit about that probably. But what happened was the audio didn't work. So all you heard was the buzz. So the guy came up to me and apologized to us for what one of the other guys had done. He said, I should have done it myself, but this guy did it. Yada, yada. It was messed up.
Yep. So we didn't record any audio.
So, and I also had a second source of audio, but that was more like a backup audio in case we needed it. And I was kind of pumped that, this audio doesn't work. Let me try the second audio. I got to listen to the second audio, and it was way too much of the other space going on. So we're at the event. There's, again, 300 brands. At the time of it, there's at least 10,000 people in the convention center. Excuse me, rookie. You making sure the sounds good for this?
Yeah.
What was that on YouTube?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, let's go. But so in the convention center, there's 20,000. There's 10,000 people. By the time we're done at noon, there's probably 20,000 people in there. There was just too much going on. There's DJ booths. There's yada yada stuff that just didn't make the audio sound good. So long story short, that wasn't that short.
That wasn't short. Dude,
4-minute story.
I can't believe you even tried to say long story short, because that was a long story long.
It was a long story long.
Yeah.
It could have been longer though. But
keep going. There's more to it.
There's not that much more to it. I tried to edit it. I took it back. Didn't work. No convo with Corey. So the people that were there got to hear it. We got to have a good conversation with them.
And we'll do it again with Corey.
And we'll do it again.
Yep.
Still sucks though, because you want to be able to do that, and also if it was my dumbass fault, because you
would think it would have been your fault.
Yeah.
The way that it's they're professional sound guys.
Yeah, and it wasn't the Fit Expo at all. Fit Expo had nothing to do with this. It's the convention center.
The convention center who they hire.
Yeah.
But this is their job. They have literally one thing to do, but it's
you have one thing to do.
It's a lot to do, but it's one task really. And I thought it was your fault originally, and I was like, whatever, which would have been fine. I don't give a fluke anyways.
Yeah.
But it was disappointing that it was their fault.
Yeah, a little disappointing. It is whatever.
I'm gonna sue the fuck out of them.
I don't think that's possible.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But anyway, Fit Expo was great. So a lot of what we try to do at an event like that is not just go to the event like most people do and wait in lines, get samples, although we did some of that, talk to people, although we did some of that too. But it's more to let's create some content and build relationships for other stuff. So we did a top 3 brands there piece of content. We did an honorable mention piece of content.
Yep.
We did.
Did we release the honorable mention yet?
Yeah,
we did.
Oh, I did on mine.
You did.
I did on mine. The business and
BS. Like a sneak peek on yours. Yeah.
Well, I did it last night.
You were just teasing people.
Didn't you get the tag? I tagged you in
it.
You're
just teasing people.
Yeah. So top 3 honorable mention. We'll do a vlog that we already have.
When's that?
Cut it up.
When's that coming out?
I don't know what day is today. Wednesday. I've got some other stuff to do. Maybe today. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Friday. Maybe just next week. Just depending on other stuff we're releasing.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking extra quick today.
No, you're normal.
This is it?
Yeah.
Oh, this coffee's got me rocking, baby.
Coffee's hitting you. And it's Our City Coffee that he's drinking, actually.
OurCityCoffee.com.
We actually drink the product that we create.
It's damn good.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's so for us, we want to go there and be able to create content around it. We got tons of engagement for us for the small Instagram on Business and BS. Tons of engagement of people talk. We basically were going around highlighting brands doing cool things. So there was the Limitless brand.
Sorry, go 3, 2, 1 on it.
Oh, we could go like
that's
the
what
countdown.
we did. We did
I just want to give an
top
idea.
3.
I just want to give an idea of it. So we basically were going through on Instagram stories and showing these are cool brands doing cool and different things. And that was like giving us so that we get that piece of content. So we use that. Then we did the top 3 brands. So we did number 3 was Sweet Sweat.
Sweet Sweat.
And they have this cool heat map where they can show.
Well, explain the product first.
The product is to make you sweat, essentially.
Basically,
help you sweat out toxins.
Topical thing, and then they have like a waist trimming band that you put on that you can work out with. And
they
push that hard. But yeah, topical type of stuff that makes you sweat, makes you lose water weight essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, the diagram basically shows that happening in real time.
Yeah, so it's a live. They have like two. Actually, I think they have 4 screens because they have 2 on the back too. And the guy will rub it on one side, and you see it's red and orange and yellow, which means there's a lot more working. And then you look at his other side of his core where he's doing the jump ropes,
Yellow
and it's and bluish.
Blue.
Yeah, where it's less active. So that was really cool. The number 2 one. Limitless. We still don't know what the F they do.
No idea.
And if you look at their product, or look at their website, and even look at the stuff they've done since then, I still don't know what they do. I've heard they're a marketing agency. I heard they're a pill. I don't know if maybe they're marketing for the pill.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
I
literally
really
not
know
one person
either.
could give me a clear answer, including people that were working at
including somebody we know who's working there.
Yep.
We don't know. But what they did do, it looked awesome. It looked really cool. They had 3 or 4 cars with the Limitless logo on it. They had like a legit step and repeat with a light, which just made it stand out.
It looked like a VIP room, which is what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and you know, there's lots of brands that do really cool stuff and have celebrities and athletes. Like we kind of based our judging not on that specifically. Because we could have said like GAT has John Jones and there's other huge names in fitness that are there. But we said what's creative and different that we haven't seen before. And that was just super different, over the top. And the number 1 funniest, most ridiculous, most attractive to people there, Unnatural Labs. They hired a Hillary Clinton actor and a Donald Trump actor. So like just basically had like the hair and the outfit and dance.
They look like him though.
They did. It was funny as shit.
I thought Hillary looked like her.
Yeah.
And I feel like Hillary would dance that way too.
Yeah. It was really fun. We have it on our Instagram pages if you want to have a gander, and Twitter and Facebook. But what was really funny about it is when you roll into there, everyone is standing there with their phones out taking videos of it. So it was the first brand that stuck out in my mind. I don't know if you felt the same way, but when we walked through, it was the first brand that was like, oh shit, people are stopped and talking. And then they gave out free samples and the standard stuff, but that was a way to get them in the door, or get them to come to their booth, get them to talk to them, and get them
and remember it.
Exactly. And now we're talking about it 4 days later.
Yep.
So that was our favorite brand. There's a bunch of other cool stuff. Unico,
a lot of cool stuff.
Unico, who we did the podcast with Lance before, had their sign. I know it's just a sign, but it really stood out. It's super super colorful, huge sign, middle of the space. Really like it made you want to go over there and.
It's different. Yeah, it looks like like you're at a club almost, and that's what they were going for. They have a DJ booth up top that sits up top. Their sign is like 20 feet high. It's got the lights that kind of mirror what the music is playing.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Does it actually mirror that? I wonder if it does. Yeah. I know it looks like it, but I wonder if it actually.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said last time too.
Damn, that's
or
cool.
A year ago, or whatever.
That's cool. But yeah, so it's always hard to stand out at a event like that. There's 300 brands. There's 100,000 people that roll through there.
Yep, that's the number we know.
Yeah, so we thought it was impressive that those handful of brands really stood out and did different things, because everyone can have a celebrity, and that of course attracts tons of people, and it's probably one of the best and easiest ways to do it. But not everyone has that budget to bring in John Jones. Do you know what it costs to bring in John Jones to an event?
I don't know about the specific event, but I know that that GAT, who is his partner, is a 7-figure deal.
Oh, okay. So he probably has a number of appearances working in there. 7-figure deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also for a guy who's had issues with testing positive for things.
Yep.
But is what it is. If it works for them, it works for him.
Then it works for biz. It's been years. They've been doing it for years. So
yeah, they have.
Something's right.
Yeah. What other?
I would say also the Unnatural Labs paid the least amount out of all the ones that we like. You
think?
They just had a standard booth. I mean, it was all decked out the way it was decked out, and I'm sure they didn't pay extra money for Trump and Hillary. It's probably people that they know or something.
Oh, you don't think? Oh, I think they did.
You think those are actors?
Yeah, I think those are LA actors.
Well, it's still cheaper than the ones.
Even if
most
you pay,
of them.
Yeah.
Look, even the Sweet Sweat, who didn't have any ambassadors that we even know, just that setup alone, is expensive.
Oh yeah, super expensive for that. Yeah, I liked what they did. It's always It's always interesting to see here's I think a big missed opportunity for a lot of brands is they get there, they pay, I mean, I don't know what the minimum is. Do you know the minimum? 2,500?
I think that's about right. $2,000, 2,500 just for the space.
But I think realistically it's like 10 G's minimum to have a booth, to get people out there, your product. So you're spending 10K.
I think you can get away with maybe a little under that, but it's pretty safe bet. It's $10,000. And
I think a lot of brands will go there and then they just don't take advantage of that. The 100,000 people that walk by, either their signage isn't great or they're not featuring their social, or sometimes you'll see the people and they're on their phones like texting, and it's just a missed opportunity. Or even having people come to your booth and either not try your product or you not get their information, I think is a big missed opportunity too.
Yeah.
Because you're getting all these people in your market to come say hi or come talk to you. You need to be able to somehow try to convert them to a customer in the future. And a lot of brands will just let you walk by, or if they get you in, they just have they don't have a sample, they don't have something to give you a taste to try to get you to come back again.
Right.
Something I think more brands should do. We should have like an expo consulting.
Yeah, I mean
that's such a thing. Cool. I'm sure people do that.
I'm sure they do that. There's companies that are expo models. Like you could just hire people just to represent your company at the expo.
Yeah.
There's people that have expo setups. So I'm sure there's some
expo
kind of
consulting.
Yeah.
We should talk to the Fit Expo about that. How to maximize your space or your time or whatever the wording is. Yeah. Both.
Your ROI.
But as we talked about with Lance, ROI is not necessarily the end all be all for an expo like that. Yeah. You can't. It's hard to track and know.
To an extent.
Yeah. To an extent. Like what it means to be at one of the biggest fitness events of the year. I mean, it's a great branding play. Period. Mm-hmm. One of the brands that we like Gentleman's Republic was doing haircuts. So you're sitting down, you're talking to them. They have
getting a haircut, free
products, free haircuts.
Yep.
We think free. We don't know free though.
I can't
assume free. I think there was a sign. Yeah, that would not be a great move. No, I think there was a sign that said free haircut.
Yeah, I think it was free too.
Yeah, we also will use the Fit Expo to talk, because we do a lot of work in fitness and health. So we'll use that to talk to other brands spending money in fitness and health. You know?
Yeah, dude. I know.
I say that because I was wondering. I paused, waiting to see if you'd be like, "Dude, I don't want to talk about that shit."
I didn't know. I don't know what the hell you're doing, where you're going with it. You're just saying. I thought you were just stating something. So I said, "Yeah."
No. So we'll reach out to almost every brand that goes to that event.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, not everyone.
Not everyone, but there's a lot.
Good amount. If we look, we'll look at the list. We'll look at the exhibitors. We obviously know who we saw.
Yeah.
And then we'll say, based on what they do, their products, what they're obviously interested in the health and fitness space. Unless you're limitless, we don't know what they do.
Yeah.
We'll reach out because for the most part, we have an interest in health and fitness space.
Right. And so we're doing stuff in health and fitness, and now we know brands that are spending money and doing stuff and trying to get more into health and fitness. So we'll reach out from an angle of, hey, we're already in the space and we're doing stuff, and we know people who've done some stuff in the space and have ideas. Let's try to work together.
Correct. And we also liked, you liked it. I didn't even see this booth, but I liked it when I saw the video. Is the 5-hour tee.
5-hour tee had a little mini basketball hoop.
Yeah.
Because I like mini basketball, and who doesn't?
It's engaging. You can bring kids into it.
Yeah.
We've done something similar at booths before.
Yeah.
People love it. They walk by and they just want to take a shot really quick. It's a way just to grab someone's attention. It's a good move. It's not
easy to get people to stop at your booth.
No. So sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes people don't want to make eye contact, so it's tough. That's why a basketball, here, take a shot. Yeah. Boom. Now that's an icebreaker.
Yeah. Yeah, we had done that before, and that worked pretty good.
Yeah.
But it is I definitely do the walk through the expo line. You don't want to be an asshole, so you just don't want to make eye contact.
No eye contact.
You just walk straight through it.
Yep.
And if not, because if they see you, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then it's like, "Hey, you want to try this? Let me put this on your arm," or. And you just want to get through.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What do people put on the arm?
Like topicals. Like, does your elbow hurt? You never had that happen?
No. Let me put that on your arm.
Come on, Bruh.
Who else did we like, man? On that, who's on the video? I haven't seen the video yet.
You haven't seen the video? We did the video.
The
5 brands.
Yeah.
The honorable mention people?
Yeah, the honorable mention. We did the T. We did Unico.
Yeah.
We did Men's Republic or Republican, whatever that one was. The barbershop.
Gentleman's Republic. Unico. Yeah. I'm trying to think of top 5. Unico was great. Now I'm watching the video live on my Instagram. Oh, this is incredible.
Hero.
They had great lighting.
It's very clean. Big setup. They spent a lot of money.
Definitely.
Bring big influencers. It's clean. The lighting's good. They have a huge sign at the top. You can see their where their booth is from across the entire convention. So it's good. They always do good.
Yeah, it's 5RT. Yeah, I think
that's the last one, right?
Yeah. A lot of good brands, a lot of people doing good and interesting stuff. NutriShop always just has a good energy. They have a DJ.
Yeah, NutriShop. Yeah.
They have a spin wheel. They have an MC who's like talking through it. They're constantly doing contests and constantly finding ways for people to stop and talk to them or get their information or try a sample or do that. I think anything else about the Fit Expo? Let's put a little bow on the Fit Expo.
Yeah, put a bow on it.
Great event, great time for us. Again, this is another piece of content we're creating is part of a podcast about it, recapping. So now we'll get 5 pieces of content from just going to the Fit Expo on our end, which a lot of brands don't do that much, and they're spending $10,000. We spent $0. We didn't even pay for parking.
No, free parking.
Yeah. I did notice. Anything else you noticed? I remember I mentioned there was probably 12 to 15 CBD companies there.
Yeah, that was the biggest difference this year.
Man.
Things that I noticed: bodybuilding, which was their main sponsor the last several years, they're not even there.
Wonder why?
VPX Bang, another big sponsor, they're not even there.
Wonder why?
And I didn't see Quest, which had been Quest had a huge booth like 3 years ago. Then they've been scaling down every year, and I don't think they were there this year. Other than those 3 not being there, the biggest, the most noticeable thing to me was the CBD companies. There's, I don't know, had to be 10 at least. 10.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder why. I mean, I guess I know laws are changing.
Yeah,
but it's crazy how many CBD companies are popping up. And when we talk to actual CBD companies and people we know, like Stefan on here, when we talked to him on the podcast a couple of times ago, you always see how people are quick to dismiss other companies too, and saying it's easy to start a company and the products are shit. I mean, of course there are some good ones, but you see that it's not that hard to start the company, or so it seems comparatively to other spaces. I guess supplements in general are similar to that.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see where the CBD and what CBD companies really grow in the fitness space.
Yeah, I mean, like Stefan's saying, you got to find your own niche.
Yeah.
A lot of them clearly think that health and fitness and wellness kind of market is theirs.
Well,
so
yeah.
We'll see who,
of course,
kind of comes out ahead on that.
Yeah. Timmy, Super Bowl, the biggest event of the year this weekend. Live from it won't be live. We won't do it live.
We'll be live.
We'll be live watching it.
Live watching it
in your living room. Here's some numbers for you. Do you know how much a Super Bowl ad cost this year?
It's like 5 million to 5.3 million.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
right?
5 mil.
Yep. For a 30-second ad.
For a 30-second, correct. Don't you correct me at the same time.
That is
correct. That is correct. What is it? What movie is that?
Billy Madison.
Throwback, baby.
That is correct.
In 2000, what do you think a Super Bowl ad cost?
Is that 19 years ago now?
Correct.
God, if you were born in 2000, you're 19 years old this year.
Dude.
That's crazy. In 2000, 19 years ago, I want to say 1.8.
2.2.
Okay.
So less than half.
Yeah.
And what about Super Bowl I? The cost of a 30-second commercial spot.
What year Super Bowl I?
Oh, that's a hell of a question.
40,
60
something. 47 or something like that.
It's like, no, we're past that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Super Bowl 50. Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl 50
was
happened.
like 2 years ago or something. It was like 52, 53.
It's like 60-ish.
So,
60 something, late 60s.
Yeah. Okay. A 30-second ad you have?
Yeah.
I
don't know actually. I just guessed. I assumed. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 25 grand.
37 $1,500.
Yeah, I was pretty close on both guesses.
That's expensive because I wonder what it was like back then when the sport is just starting. If it was that big of a deal that they would have that. I mean, that seems like a ton of money for a brand to spend.
Yeah.
50, 60 years ago, whatever it is. Wow. Have you seen some of the ads?
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen any that you liked? Because I have not.
I only seen like
I saw
6 to 8 ads.
Oh,
so
you've
far.
seen that many? I've seen so there's the Planners, A-Rod,
Planners.
Sheen.
I thought could have been better. You know who did that? VaynerMedia.
VaynerMedia did. Yeah, I didn't think that was great though. I thought it was just.
I thought it could have been better. I think.
Yeah.
And I also could see it being where agency wants to push it and brand doesn't want to push it as much because they're walking a fine line with. You got Charlie Sheen, you got Nuts, easily able to talk about some other things.
Yeah.
I feel like the brand pulled the agency back a little bit on that one.
You think?
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like if it's Gary, he can go all out. You know what I mean? And get everyone talking about it, make it as risque as possible.
Yeah, it wasn't that risky at all.
But it could have been.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them push and do
like I was saying,
more.
I think it was. It's okay. It's not bad, but I think it could have been great.
Yeah, and the A-Rod was kind of whatever. So the commercial, if you haven't seen it yet, those are some loud finger cracks right there. Nice job, Timmy.
Thanks, man.
So freaking proud of you, man. It's like the whole thing is A-Rod's about to eat some kale chips, and then the planner.
Kale chips sound good.
I know they do sound good. The peanut planner guy like flies over the shit. He's driving through construction. He's trying to hurry up and get to A-Rod before he does it. And he throws a can of
nuts.
Nuts. It's a mixed nuts. Yeah. A can of mixed nuts in there, knocks the kale chips away. And I just thought, like, I'm sure that costs a stupid amount of money.
Millions
To put together. You have Charlie Sheen, you have A-Rod. I just didn't think it was like the best, greatest fit.
Yeah.
And then I saw another one that, of course, spent a ton of money. It was, I'm drawing a blank on his actual name. It was the Pepsi. What's his actual name? I'm thinking Michael Scott from The Office. Steve Carell. Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Who you know? Did you know that Steve Carell used to be a post office? Used to work at the post office?
No.
Yeah, Steve Carell used to work at the post office.
He
was a postman. Steve Carell was a postman. So it's Steve Carell, it's Cardi B and Lil Jon.
Yep.
And it's like they're at some diner, and the girl asks for Coke, and then
no, soda. I think they say.
No, they say Coke.
Oh, they say Coke.
They say Coke.
Oh, okay.
They say Coke, and she and the guy goes, "Is Pepsi okay?"
Yeah. Wait, I thought that was a good start.
I thought it was a good start too.
Yeah.
And then they go into Steve Carell happens to be sitting at the next table, turns around. He's like, "Is it okay? Is it okay?" And then he like shoots it over to Little John, or he's like, and then and shoots it over to Little John. He's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then Cardi B comes in with her Kurt or whatever the hell she says. I just like you have major people like that, and I feel like you just play it on like old corny stuff. I feel like the theme of the Super Bowl this year is corny ads, bruh.
Nah, I think
you liked it. I don't like either of them.
It's kind of on brand, and I like the dig at Coke though. Coke. This is the first year Coke's not doing any Super Bowl ads either.
Did you know that? So you thought they were decent? Is that what you're saying?
I thought those two were decent.
Oh, God, bro, I thought they were corny.
Well,
for what they were.
Yeah, that's what you get with
Super Bowl ads. I guess whatever. Is what it is. But so Coke is headquartered in Atlanta where the Super Bowl is.
Right.
Have you seen the signs and stuff?
Yeah.
That Pepsi's been putting up?
Yeah, they're trolling them.
Oh, they're trolling them hard. What the one do you know what any of them say? I know I had one screenshot.
Something like
it's been pretty funny though.
Thanks for hosting. We'll take the drinks from here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
But I like that they're coming at them specifically. Like, why the hell not? I can't find it on here. See, I should have prepped this. If I knew we were going there. Oh, yeah. Hey, Atlanta, thanks for hosting. We'll bring the drinks.
Yeah.
That was one. That's pretty solid.
Yep.
Yeah. What I did see is because also I don't know the exact numbers, but I know when you spend a Super Bowl ad, then you also have to buy X number of dollars throughout the year.
Right.
Do you know what the number is off that $5 million? I don't either. But I know I've heard before it's something like in the past it was like, let's say it's $2 or $3 million for the Super Bowl and you spend 20 for the year.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to spend a lot. Millions and millions and millions just to have that Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. I did see this number too. A lot of brands are going, instead of having to pay for that Super Bowl, that $5 million, and then the multi-million throughout the year, they're going to the pregame show. They're trying to, because the pregame show, of course, they don't get the hundreds of millions or 100 million viewers, but they get a ton of views too. Do you know what a pregame show ad could cost?
It's not looped into that. They can buy it separate.
Apparently. Listen, I didn't talk to the NFL or CBS specifically, but this is what I don't know. I think it was a New York Times article.
I'm gonna say, so if a regular game ad 30 second is 5 roughly.
Yeah. So also
I would say it's 3.8.
Well, hold on. No. So keep backtrack a little bit. So a pregame Super Bowl ad could be 3 hours before the game, 3 hours up until like that last couple ones where the game starts at 6:18 or whatever, and from 6 to 6:18.
All right, I'll keep my.
So there's a range. There's a range. Well, I'll tell you.
Well,
so
am I in that range with my 3.89?
Nope.
Not in the range.
No, that's why the value's there. It's $100K to $2 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which seems much more affordable. Now you're not getting the casuals as much, but
how many people are watching?
I didn't have numbers on that, but obviously it's significantly less. But when you're looking at people like us who are going to watch all that shit all day probably anyway, you're still getting tons of eyeballs. We might half be watching it because it's just on the tube. But to me, it seems much more value.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to dive deep into that.
When we do our City Coffee buy for the Super Bowl, we'll probably just do it pregame show. Maybe we'll have them. No, what we'll do is have them drinking the coffee, and then we'll have the bags there displayed like so.
Yeah.
Anything else about the Super Bowl, Timmy?
Yeah, I think nothing now, but I think we can do a nice recap one once we see all the actual commercials and all that stuff.
I want to do either
the fun stuff.
Either I'll do it or we'll do it. Is a pregame, a pre-roll Super Bowl like stuff that's happened. There's one I haven't watched yet that I want to watch, and maybe I'll do like a live reaction video of it. Is Bumble plus Serena Williams. Have you seen that? Don't tell me about it. If you watch it, don't tell me about it.
I think didn't they do that last year?
They did something else with her before, but I saw a list. I have a list of 6 to 8 that are like leaks, quote unquote leaks.
Yeah, right.
And I want to maybe watch some of them and then do like a live reaction thing. But for us, I don't give a shit about the game. Really? I mean, it's fun to watch it.
I do, yeah.
But I don't know. But like, if the Rams win or the Patriots win, we're not crying over it, or we're not, going to the club after if one team wins. We don't really care. We want to see a fun, interesting game.
Right.
I'm super interested in how the brands and commercials go, and then also the stuff they do around social. Here's a stat for you. I was listening to Rogan's podcast the other day. How many people do you think watch Joe Rogan's Netflix? Not how many. What percentage of people do you think watch Joe Rogan's Netflix special on mobile? A percentage of how many people watched it?
87% on mobile.
On mobile?
Yeah.
Jesus, I would have never guessed that high. 50%.
50?
That's what Netflix told him. I don't know if he was specific 50, 50. It could have been. But I think he said around 50%.
I was just picturing his audience. I figured it would be higher, just because he's very mobile accessible.
That seems super high to me. But I expected, if it was 25%, I'd have thought, okay, that makes sense, but it still seems high. But 50% was high. But I'm interested to see what NFL does, what brands do, what brands that aren't sponsors of the Super Bowl, but do some stuff around the big game and get involved in the conversation, which is the biggest conversation of the year here in the U.S. Is it? Yeah.
In the world.
Is it in the world? Is it bigger than World Cup?
Yep.
Bigger than really? Well, that's extra interesting then, young man.
Yep.
Timmy, anything else you'd like to discuss today?
Nah.
Oh, what the fuck was that? We thank you for listening. Goodbye and good night.